Hey guys, Buff Q again. Hope you're all doing well. So here's something different on the channel, right? Probably didn't expect to see me review one of these. Alright, this is a 1937 Mauser built 9mm Luger. The real thing, the real deal. Okay, let's do a safety check here. Definitely empty. Okay. This firearm does not belong to me. This belongs to my little brother. He purchased this along with some other really cool toys that I will show you soon at a gun auction, and I've been dying to do a video on it ever since he got it, because how often do you see an authentic World War II Luger? Probably not super often. Maybe occasionally. Who knows? The information I could find out about this is really interesting. There was a lot more to research than I thought there would be. I have never really known anything about Lugers. I've picked up a couple at gun shows just to fondle them, and, you know, like the rest of us, you want to pick it up and look at it, and then you go, oh, that's cool, and then you set it back down. But now that we actually have one, or possibly more than one, hint, hint, in the family, I wanted to do some research, and basically that's what the video is for. So you guys can find out what I have learned thus far, and hopefully very, very soon we'll be getting you a shooting video so you can see what our impressions are of the Luger 9mm. Alright, so the very first thing on top here, okay, S42. From what I have found, this was a secret wartime code used by Mauser. They used this as a code for Mauser. If you were in the German army, you knew S42. You knew that probably meant, well, you probably knew that meant Mauser. However, the Allies would have had no clue at the beginning of the war what that meant, so the idea was the Germans put a code on there, so if the firearm was retrieved by an Allied soldier, they would not know, oh, this is a Mauser firearm. We probably need to find out wherever the Mauser plant is and blow it to Kingdom Come. Okay, so that's why they have that code on there. That's what the deal is with that. S42 is code for Mauser. All right, the proof marks that I have found on this prove that it is military, not commercial. I don't know how well this will show up. I'm just using my iPhone 10. Hopefully you can see that well enough. That didn't look too bad, actually. All right, the proof marks. The one at the very end here, all right, this guy, from what I have found, this is a mid-Nazi military proof. Okay, this is showing that this was between the years of 1936 and 1939. Let's see if I can get even closer still. Kind of hard to tell. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, between 1936 and 1939. That stamp shows that is when this firearm was made. And if we look right at the top here, there we are, 1937. So it does line up. Okay. The two stamps behind it, I'm not exactly sure. And I'm sure there will be people who watch this video who can tell me exactly what these are. I thought at first that perhaps these were marks, the Krieghoff test proofing marks, but now I'm not so sure that that's what those are. So if someone watching knows exactly what those stamps are, what they indicate, please let me know in the comments, as I will be doing a lot of research on this firearm, well, as much as I can, before I have to give it back to my brother. All right. Other than the proof marks on the gun, it is a completely original firearm. And what I mean by that is not just, yeah, original as in it was built during, well, before the Second World War and probably carried during the Second World War, but what I mean is all of the parts on this handgun are all original. Nothing on here has been replaced. Now, we have not fired them yet, so I cannot tell you if it is functional. Based off of everything I've seen in this one, which I have taken it apart and looked at it, I haven't found anything that looks to be broken, but you never know until you get to the range and get to try it for yourself. But the numbers all match everything from the front of the frame, the bottom of the barrel, the takedown lever, the side of the receiver, the side plate, the sear bar, the extractor, the middle toggle link, the rear toggle link, the safety. Let's see if I can focus. There we are. Yeah. The safety lever. Okay, right there. The inside of the grip, which you have to take the grips off, it's on the right. I believe it was on this side, the right grip. The toggle pin, the firing pin, and the breech block. Okay. The Germans during the First and Second World War numbered everything. All of their parts to their firearms, they numbered like all the parts. If it was something that was big enough, they could get a stamp on it and label the part, give a serial number to the part, they did. So when you see things about people looking for a fully matching or a complete matching Luger, this is what they're talking about. If any of those parts is not the original, of course it decreases the value of the gun. If they're all original, it increases the value of the gun, obviously. To state the obvious, it is not in pristine condition, okay? You can definitely see, especially if I hold it with the light like that, you can definitely see some pitting, all right, in the frame. It is blued, and considering this was built in 1937, I think the bluing has held up very well, but it is not in pristine condition, okay? You definitely see some bluing, some little nicks and scratches throughout the gun. All right, not in pristine condition, but definitely in good condition, I would say. The Luger did come with a loaded chamber indicator, so that's kind of neat. Some firearms today obviously still have that feature, and that's something that goes all the way back to the early days of Luger. Also kind of an interesting thing. Gosh, I hope I'm not keep like dropping this thing. It's not good. The magazine does not match. That was one thing I looked up quickly. I watched a video where a gentleman who knows all about Lugers was discussing how if you have an original fully matching Luger with the original magazines, the original 2 matching magazines, which yes, the magazines were numbered as well along with the firearm. If you have the magazines, it significantly increases the value of the firearm. Unfortunately, this one does not have that, like most you find now, if you find any now. The magazine is not matching. Okay, it's even a little hard to tell what that says. 30, 38, 34, it's hard to tell. It looks like it's been stamped more than once. Okay, so older magazine, definitely not the original magazine that came with it, as the numbers don't line up. Other than this, in having some pitting in the frame, the finish is starting to wear, things like that, it seems to still be in great shape. The toggle moves smoothly. I'm going to drop the magazine here. All right, the toggle does move smoothly. I don't feel any hang up or any kind of rub happening in there. Okay, I'm trying to do this where you guys can see what I'm doing clearly. Okay, so that toggle moves nice and smooth. Safety, it's kind of a neat thing. If you can see that, it does say Geschert. Geschert, I believe, means secured. I think it means secured, but obviously that's your safety. Whenever the safety bar is back and you can see Geschert, that means the firearm is currently safe. All right, when you cover it up and you can no longer see it, the firearm is ready to fire. Okay. What else can I tell you about it? It does have the hardware down here at the bottom of the grip that would have allowed it to be fitted with the stock. Okay, the big wooden stocks that you occasionally see with the Luger. This particular one that my brother got at the auction, he got it with the original leather holster, but no stock, no even mention of a stock. I'm sure it's long gone if it was originally issued with one at all. I don't know, perhaps not. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's worth mentioning to you guys that I haven't already. Like I said, I don't pretend to be an authority on these. I'm trying to learn now that we have this in the family. I certainly want to learn a lot more about it, but this has basically been my introduction into Lugers, what the stampings mean, all of the proof marks, what they all can mean. There's a lot to know about these, just like anything else. There's certainly a lot to learn, and I'm excited to have it, excited to show it to you guys. I can't wait to get out to the range to show you guys what I think. And with that being said, I'll go ahead and get to the point here. Like I said, my brother picked this up at an auction, and this wasn't all he bought, okay? So this was firearm number 1. I'm going to set this to the side. I don't have a whole lot of room here. Firearm number... By the way, what I'm about to show you, everything I'm about to show you has been safety checked. All right, so I'll just tell you that now. Firearm number 2, another Luger. Yeah, cool. This model is the DWM. Get this to where you guys can see this. Try and get it to focus for you. There we go. This is the DWM model, double dated. Okay, and from what I've read so far, that is how this is defined. It's the DWM double dated model. Why is it called double dated? Well, because right there you see, originally stamped as 1918, and then double stamped again in 1920. Don't have as much information on this model. I believe, based off of one of the stampings I found, here we are. No, that's not it. Sorry, guys. Here we are. Okay. I believe from one of the stampings I found, this is known as the Breechblock proof. If you can see that there, I believe that is what that forward proof means. The two proofs that kind of look like cursive S's with a crown over it, and then the one behind that kind of looks like a T or a J with a crown over it, I cannot find what that means. So again, if you know about Luger proof marks, please comment and let me know. I'm not trying to pretend to be an authority. I am very much a student right now. So if you can help me with this, please, please do. So this was firearm number 2 that he bid on. This, like the first one, also in 9mm, okay, all with matching parts, just like the other one I showed you, okay. A really, really neat firearm. This one also in good condition, I would say. Some of the bluing starting to wear off here on the barrel, you can see. You know, it's not perfect. Like I said, you can still see pitting in places. All right, but in terms of smoothness, same thing with this one, guys. Feels really smooth. Nice smooth toggle action. These are really, really neat firearms. I mean, like I said, I've picked them up and held them before at gun shows, but these are just, they're really neat. If I've got enough room here, I'll try and show you guys what the sight picture looks like. Sorry, bear with me, guys. Doing the best I can for you. Yeah. So, yeah, we all know what that view looks like in Call of Duty, okay? And yes, that's pretty much exactly what it is like. I'm kind of surprised by how light they are. I think they're about... I've got to cheat. I got to look. Sorry, guys. They're... Okay, about 1 pound, 15 ounces. But I don't know. You get it in hand, and it actually just... It feels kind of lightweight. They don't feel that heavy. Pretty comfortable. Just a neat... I mean, man, they're so beautiful. At least I think they are. I think that's some incredible craftsmanship. The engineering that the Germans put behind their firearms is second to none, in my opinion. All right, so moving on. So, yeah, 2 Lugers. Like, pretty cool, right? All right, so now we'll move on to a third Luger. Okay, So here's the deal. He went to the auction, and they didn't sell them as a lot. Okay, he was able to bid on each one individually, and from what he's told me, there weren't too many people there bidding him up. He got a really great price for everything I'm about to show you here, and came away with some really neat things. This one, this third Luger, is the one I know the least about. I do know that this is the Nitro Model. I say model, it's not really that's the model, but there are proof marks. Here it is. This is what I thought was on the other one. Okay, that proof mark right there, that kind of looks like a crown with an N. From what I have read, that stands for Nitro, telling you that this is that model, okay, if you will, of Luger. Okay, this one dates back somewhere between 1906 and 1920 in terms of its when it was put together. This one, I think, was built in Nuremberg. I could be wrong about that. The proof mark that I saw that made me think that, I can't tell if that means, yes, this was in fact assembled at the Nuremberg plant, or if that just means that this is, if the N pertains to the serial number. Like I said, guys, there's a lot I have to learn about these. I just couldn't help myself. I had to go ahead and show you guys what we have here and what we're going to be working on. Something new that will be coming out for you guys in terms of video. I'm really excited. So, Luger 1, Luger 2, Luger 3. Yeah, there we are. Okay, of all three, this one here on the end is, I think, is probably in the nicest condition. It does have a little bit more pitting in the frame than these other two, but in terms of the marks, it seems to be the most consistent. It has, like I said, all original parts. From what I've been able to tell, all three are all original parts. I don't see anything that is mismatched or that doesn't, it's not consistent with the others. So I think all three of these are, you know, original matching firearms. These two right here are both the 9mm variants. This one down here, 7.65, oh gosh, 7.65 by 22, I want to say. I'm showing my ignorance on that one, guys. I apologize. 21, 22, I can't recall now. At any rate, this one is in a different chambering. Okay, it's in a different chambering. This one is not in 9mm. Okay, so some neat toys there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, I know I'm not the end-all authority. I'm not even close to being an authority on this, but I will be doing more research. Hope to get more information to you guys. I just thought you'd find it interesting. He picked all three of these up, plus three other really unique items that I will be showing you soon, for an extremely fair price, and I'm just excited to have them. The history behind these, it's so incredible to have something in the collection now that dates back that far, that has such a rich history. And obviously, guys, by rich, I'm not making a statement there towards you know, the German military or the Nazis or anything like that. It's just purely from a historical standpoint, it's pretty interesting to have something this significant in the collection. I will quickly show you what the next video will be covering. Okay, you're just gonna get one quick look. It's there and it's gone. Okay. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be getting out another video to you guys soon. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. We'll see you next time.